I ran the block in 18. What's happening? What's happening? Long time no see. Shit. No, ma, I've been away. You know, I had to do a little time, you know, got caught in another neighborhood. But this is my new area. This is like a real hip place to live. You know, got a lot of good neighbors. This is my pad. It's a split level job, you know? Yeah, but it's good people here, you know. It ain't like real heavy. Yo, Montana, wake up.
I got it. What?
Come on, baby.
Man. Yes, indeed.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Praise the power.
Yeah.
Yes, Mama.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Oh, shoot. Oh, boy, I'm so happy to be here I could drop a log. I really can.
Just don't drop it on my lawn, motherfucker.
You got it now. Shoot, boy, almost Easter, boy. Maybe Jesus is going to come back this time. He's not going to look like Ted Nugent. Yeah. Oh, boy, makes me proud to be American, really does. I tell you, Ronald Reagan is a prince, that man is. I knew when I saw him on 20 Mules Team Borax, looking right into the sun, that man knew something we didn't. He did, boy, he did. I mean, I know the government took away my farm, but hey, they gave me some cheese. Shoot. I mean, I couldn't eat that caca, but I could build with it. I did. I made kind of a cheddar adobe kind of thing. It was incredible. Had a little brie for windows, Gouda doorknobs. Hey, boy, I love that place. I really did. Except came spring, phew, you didn't want to stand downwind from our little home. Oh, boy, I miss it, though. Casa Velveeta. Till them rats came along. Damn. Hey, jazz man, time to come on out here, son. Come on out here, praise the power. Yeah, hey. Come on out, boy. Sailor.
Right.
I'm gonna try and find some work now.
Yeah.
Lord, you can't find good Caucasian help nowadays.
Yeah. Can you dig that? I knew that you could. Yeah, man. Man, I'm planning me a comeback. Yeah, see, I was a great sax player for a while, you know. My problem was I like to drink more than I practiced. Yeah. Can you dig that? I knew that you could, yeah. And I tell you, you can leave the arrangements and the charts pretty quick, you know. I've been down here, see, but I'm planning to come back, yeah. I'm gonna be okay, man. My goal is to get me one of them car phones. Yeah, man, it'd be so nice to tune down La Cienega and be able to say, hold on, I'm going to park. Can you dig that? I knew that you could, yeah, see. The other night, see, I was in the park and I did a concert. Oh, I was blowing, man, 4 hours. Every riff I knew, man. Boo-doo-dwee, boo-doo-da-da-da. Man, I'm telling you, if I had had my horn, it would have been heavy. Yeah. So they come, they think, let's take the crazy cat to the hospital. So they take me there, you know, and they did me one of them brain scans and stuff. I tell you, the chart came out negative. They didn't find nothing. Can you dig that? I knew that you could, yeah.
This is just too fab. Just too fab. This is just stunning. I mean, I am so moved by... where did you get this? Where did you get this?
I live in it.
You live in this? This is too fab. I tell you, I am here because I work at Bergdorf. I do all the windows. And we have a new thing. We're trying to really appeal to people. We're calling it street person. Do you know what I'm saying? And this kind of getup, this kind of home area is just the perfect kind of...
Hey, Stanley.
This is
Dig
just...
this,
Have you been to...
Dig this! Check it out. You ever been in an institution? You ever been in an institution?
Yes, I went to the Institute of Fashion Technology.
Fashion technology! Whoa! No, I'm talking about 3 Square Valley in my day. You ever do that where you all of a sudden go,
Whoa, wow, too late, we're there.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I have. You see, I understand you people. I understand exactly what you're going through.
oh, yeah, you know what it's like to be a man hung like a bear?
Oh, yeah. But you see, I've been hung like a bear myself. You see, my home, I have bear heads, all kinds of heads. And when they redid the...
Yeah. No. You ever had enough curve go through you? Yeah, buzz. You ever heard buzz? Yeah. I had so much electricity going through me, I could read by my testicles. You know what I'm saying? Hey, take a hike. Hey, bovine residue. Yeah! Hey, Stanley, man, you wild. Why don't you do that when the cops is around?
Well, what do you think, I'm crazy?
Come on! Get out of the way! Get away! Yow! You dig that? I knew that you could. I'm telling you, you want to talk about crazy. Open up your paper. Put on your TV.
Well, what would this great country be without this great land of ours? You know, I was saying to the folks the other day, I understand what it's like to be homeless because many of my friends are in escrow right now. And you know, that can really be a mother, if you know what I'm saying. Which reminds me of mothers. I saw Nancy yesterday putting on a Norma Kamali, and I said, Mother, you could either wear that or feed Cleveland. Won't you please help little baby Doc Duvalier and Ferdinand Marcus? Because we're trying to establish a thing called Club Fled, if you know what I mean.
I don't like when that man start talking, make you think there's air. Just empty air. You know, I was down in the welfare office. I was in the welfare office. You know, I used to be a designer called Lip Smacking Jean. And then I lost my stuff, you know, and I had to get on welfare, you know. So I went on down there and I told a woman, you know, I need some help. And she looked at me and said, you people, you bums and you winos. I'm not no bum. I said, I'm not no wino, I'm on hard time. That's all it is. And the woman had a very strange expression on her face, called me a bum and screaming at me, telling me she had to have my fingerprints. See, because that's the new government rule. She told me you got to have your fingerprints so we know it's you. I look in the mirror and know it's me. But she said that's what they had to have, and I said I wasn't going to give it to her, and she put me out. And then the woman come in after me, went on ahead and peed on the lady rug. Oh, I was so happy about that, but you know what was funny? Well, yesterday, I went back into welfare office, and you know the same lady was my welfare worker, was behind me in line. She was very upset. Now, you don't think that's crazy, baby. Don't tell me what you think is.
This is it, my friends. This is where it's happening. The Joe Franklin Show, my friends. As always, my friends, we are brought to you by our good friend Matzahs by Strice for the unleavened experience of a lifetime. The gift of the original homeless tribe, my friends. My guest, a super-duper man, Mr. William F. Buckley, Jr.
Thank you.
Bill, welcome to the show. The homeless, your thoughts?
Well, thank you very much, Joe, for that neo-Hasidic welcome. I think basically asking me about the homeless is like asking a leper for a facial. I think it's very strange.
Bill, talking about this subject, the homeless, you've been in politics, you're a conservative, you've been in right field longer than Dave Winfield. Let me ask you this. Bill, Eddie Cantor, any thoughts, any anecdotes?
Possibly a dance, I'm not sure. I'm not that Jewish. I have eaten pork.
Buster Keaton, Mr. Stoneface.
I have no thoughts about that at all. I thought Chaplin was much better till he spoke. The problem there, you know.
Well, Bill, let's talk turkey. Let's call it a spade. A spade, my friend.
I think so. If you wish to do that, you'll have to have someone else, maybe Bishop Tutu on.
But let me ask you this, Bill. How would you describe the homeless?
Basically, I feel, by examining them from the present administration's policy of the trickle-down, I think the homeless are being pissed on pretty heavily.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I mean, it could really, like, piss you off if, like, you thought about it. I mean, like, you know, like, as okay, like, my boyfriend's really cool, okay? And, like, no, he is. He's, like, totally cool. And, like, I totally love him. But, like, you know, he, like, had a job, like, at Goodyear, you know, because, like, the Goodyear blimp, you know, would last forever. But, like, it lost air, so, like, he totally lost his job. And, like, I mean, like, I was so, like, freaked out because, like, I said to him, like, it's only, like, temporary. You know, it's like not gonna last. But like then, like today, I started freaking out because I thought, God, when does temporary become like permanent, you know? I mean, it's like really, so, oh no, okay, wait a minute. I mean, like, is it you?
Hello, my darling.
Oh God, oh God, oh. Like, just say it, okay? Just like say it once.
No,
okay?
I cannot do
no,
that.
Come on, please.
No, I'm so...
Yeah, okay, well, like, will you touch me?
I'll give you a lefty. There you go.
I'm so gassed. God.
And so nice to see you gagging with a spoon. Darlings, and you know who you are. I got to tell you, I was naive about the homeless. Just last month, I, like many people in Hollywood, thought that the homeless were those people responsible for the making of Heaven's Gate. But darlings... Could they use like every horse in Hollywood? I kid you, I'm a kidder. But darlings, I came down here to this cardboard city, this Casa Amanar. If you know what I'm saying to you, and you know who they are. But darlings, I was so moved talking to the homeless. We thought it would be such a good idea to get some of the homeless into the hideaway. Hell, it was sweeps. But darling, when I talked to these people, I got very moved. It was crazy, going nuts. It felt unbelievable inside. And I reached into my pocket to make a contribution. And I tell you, it's not easy for Fernando to reach into his pocket when the Sansa belts are at 29 and the waist is at 34, if you know what I'm saying. My stomach is in development, if you know what I mean. But darlings, I felt so warm inside that I contributed. And for me, it was one of the few times in my life where it was better to feel good than to look good. But with it all, darlings, I still look marvelous. Hey, Sarge! Hey, Sarge!
Hey.
Sarge, where you been? We was worried about you, Sarge.
I was down there at Rambo trying to check it out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trying to hit a few coins. Hey, spare coin for a vet. You know, someone's been to the great southeastern vacation. Now, people looking at me, they're looking right through me, you know? It's a little crazy. I kind of flipped out for a moment. I kind of yelled, hey! What the hell's wrong with you? Wait, what if Mr. Stallone made another movie called Rambo, First Conscience? You know what I'm saying? I start saying, what about the MIA? The guys are missing in America. Hey, that'd be a great movie, wouldn't it? That'd be great. You know, 4,000. A lot of us here, man. A lot of us here. I pull out the old Roach clip, you know, I start saying, right on. Yeah, but Stallone, he's not bad. Anybody who can use only vowels and talk, hey, that's my kind of guy. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You know, hey, you know, maybe Darwin was wrong. You don't know, do you? Ha ha, gee.
Bye, Sarge.
Hey, Ma. Ma, why can't I get new sneakers? Everybody in school has new sneakers. Mrs. Klein has new sneakers, and she's 90.
Sneakers cause cancer. Don't bother me.
Oh, Mom. My homework's driving me nuts. It said, describe your house, and all I could write is my house is cardboard.
Well, see, they're gonna say you're mental deficient. What you gotta say is my house is cardboard, but it's special. My house is a house that you can put windows in anywhere you want to. My house is a house you can put on your back and move like a turtle. My house is a mobile home without wheels.
A mobile home.
Yeah,
My house
see?
is a mobile home.
Mom, I'm sorry, I couldn't get into the bathroom at the station, the filling station down there, because I got a new guy, some guy named Sorry.
Did he touch you?
No.
Did he touch you?
No, he...
You tell me if he touched you.
No, he looked like Gaddafi's
sure?
brother, though. It was strange. Ma, can you spare me a quarter? Just a quarter.
Come on, let's go to the garbage and some new sneakers, Ma. Come on.
Come on, you guys, come on. You know I'd do it if I could. I spent all day at welfare today. All day.
Well, what did they say?
Well, they say wait 2 days or 2 months or 2 years. I mean, I've been in and out of there. They keep saying, well, you know where your husband is. If I knew, I would help. I'd get your sneakers. I'd get your pants. I swear to God.
All right. Hey, you know what? Let's go over to the bus station and pretend we're going someplace. Come on.
Yeah. I'll make those announcements you never understand, like...
Come on, let's go. We'll go to New York today, Mom. We're gonna go to New York. Start spreading the news.
Shit, man. said, this is my neighborhood, man. You know, it's good people. You know, got hard times. I said, what? Don't mess with me, motherfucker. It's live. But like, we live here, you know, this ain't no Easter vacation we doing here, man. We get by, you know, but we need your help and shit. You know, we really need you to give. You know? I mean, cause like the bottom line is, shit, it could be you tomorrow. You just gotta think about that, you know? Around the block in 18.
Live from the Universal Amphitheater, HBO presents Comic Relief, a once-in-a-lifetime gathering of some of the finest comedic talent ever assembled, joining forces tonight to help the homeless of America. Come share an evening of comedy and concern with your hosts, Billy Crystal, Whoopi Goldberg, and Robin Williams, and starring Steve Allen, Harry Anderson, Richard Belton, Bear Tom Bradley, Sid Caesar, John Candy, George Carlin, Tony Danza, Michael Davis, Richard Dreyfuss, Fireside Theater, Bill Austin, Peter Bergman, and Bill Proctor, Michael J. Fox, Estelle Getty, Bob Goldthwait, Dick Gregory, Mary Gross, Robert Guillaume, Pee Wee Herman, Bob Hope, Michael Keaton, Madeline Kahn, David Letterman, Eugene Levy, Jerry Lewis, John Lovett, Howie Mandel, Penny Marshall, Walter Matthau, Dennis Miller, Lorraine Newman, the cast of Not Necessarily the News, Ann Bloom, Danny Breed, Vincent Lawrence, Stuart Pankin, and Lucy Webb, Catherine O'Hara, Vinnie Pearl, Joe Piscopo, Gilda Radner, Harold Ramis, Carl Reiner, Rob Reiner, Cole Rodriguez, Gary Shandling, Martin Short, David Steinberg, Dick Van Dyke, Weird Al Yankovic, George Wendt, Henry Winkler, Kenny Youngman, Bob Zamuda, and Doc Severinsen and his orchestra.
We just want to say hello to you. We got a swell show, and I think you'll like it. Sammy, a little traveling music, please. Then away, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, your host for this evening, Billy Crystal, Whoopi Goldberg, and Robin Williams.
Thank you all very much, and good evening, everybody. We are all thrilled to be part of this evening, and this teleprompter is so far away, I'm going to look like I'm Alan Alda at the Oscars. Could he have more slits in his eyes? And you know, we are just thrilled to be able to be here tonight to raise money for medical aid for the homeless here in America.
I thought you have to stick further down, Dan.
You know, I know what it's like firsthand to do sort of funny stuff, and I know what it's like to not have a real place to live, but I think I'd rather try to be funny. It's a little tough.
And the great majority of you watching this program are not homeless, and it's very difficult to run a cable to refrigerator box, so for those of you who are watching this program tonight in the comfort of your own home, you're not just idle spectators.
That's right, and we want to become very active participants in this campaign to raise money to help the homeless here in America.
During the show, during this show, you'll see exactly why the need is so great, and you'll also see a telephone number to call to give your pledge. Now stop it right there. The number is 1-800-528-1000. Now take this down. 1-800-528-1000.
One 800-528-1000. That's right. 1-800-528-1000. Especially if you're like really intense or mellowed out, it's 1-800-528-1000. Okay, dude.
Right on, baby.
Prime Minister Botha, why courtesy phone? Prime Minister Botha, why courtesy phone? In between the chuckles, the snickers, guffaws, the laughs, pick up your phone and make a contribution. If you can't get to a phone later, well, the show will give you an address where you can mail your contribution. If you're psychic, you're sending it now. You'll feel great, we'll feel great, and the homeless will feel grateful because you cared and we know where you live, man.
I like the way you do them colored people.
Now,
Now,
it's hard when you're wearing William Bendix's shirt, too.
Hey, boys, bowling!
now it's time to get this most amazing and magnificent show on the road.
Now, traditionally... Oh, coyotes. Traditionally...
Marlon Perkins.
Just as the coyote heckled the comic...
So does Mutual of Omaha want to grab you.
Oh, stereo. Yeah.
It's so
Now.
fun, yeah.
The best spot on the bill usually is next to closing. This is being captioned for the comically impaired. But our first guest wanted to go on next to the opening. Thank God it's cable. Now, he wanted to go on before the opening, which is an exciting thing, man, and I mean that. But since it's for a good cause like this, he settled for this spot. Welcome a very funny man. You've seen him on The Tonight Show a lot. Please welcome our friend Gary Shandling.
Thank you. So I really wanted to come on first so I could help seat you, of course, but they wouldn't let me do that whatsoever. I have a home. I feel guilty. Let me say that right off the bat. You're not supporting me in any way. If you see this number, I'm clear. I just moved into the valley because I have no reason to live. And I can't believe I actually own my own house. And so I'm looking at a house. And the realtor says, I look at a house like in Sherman Oaks, and it's like $100 grand, and he says, well, it's got a great view. Now, for $100 grand, I better open up the curtains and see breasts against the window, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to see lights for $100 grand, you know. So this is a wonderful cause. As you know, I belong to a group called Sex Without Partners, and it's not a pretty story, and I met a new girl. I have many things to talk about, and I have 2.5 seconds, so, because there's like 700 guys coming on, so I'm going to go as fast as I can with this. I met a new girl at a barbecue, very pretty girl, blonde, I think. I don't know, her hair was on fire, but, yeah, and all she talked about was herself. You know those kind of girls, you know? I'm hot, I'm on fire, me, you know? Jesus Christ. Help me, put me out. Come on, could we talk about me a little bit? So I take her out, right? And those of you who have been out with me know I'm a jerk on a first date. And we go to this place, very dark, elegant, and, you know, she had a beauty mark on her cheek, and I swatted it. Oh, because, wait a minute, there was hair coming out of it. It looked like legs, you know. I said, there's something on your face, you know, and she started to bob and weave. I had to fake her with a right before I got her with a left. Because you're nervous on a first date, you know, and I'm calling her John Boy, and, And I'm trying to act cool. I'm ordering in French, and it's a Chinese restaurant, you know, and the waiter's going, why you talk like that? I'm going, come on, man, you know. And he looked at her and went, there's something on your face. I went, no. It's a permanent thing. Look like John Boy. So I get her out of there. All right, now, this is the good part. I get her out of there. I'm driving her home, which is when I start to wonder if there's going to be any sex and if I'm going to be involved, right? Because I hate sitting out. All right, I have a Porsche. Is it Porsche or Porsche, actually? Porsche. All right, excuse me. I had a Toyota, which is not a macho car. I went from a Toyota to a Porsche. I didn't know what a tachometer was. You know, I thought I was doing 2,500 miles an hour. I looked at him and went, Jesus. Cop stopped me. He said, you know how fast you were going? I said, 2,500 miles an hour. I can't believe it myself. It must have got away from me there. Because it is like a game show when a cop stops you, isn't it, for a speeding ticket? You know how fast you were going? 60, higher. 70, 65, 66, 67. 67 is it. What do we have for him, Bob? Here you go, pal. All right, now. I got a jaywalking ticket, but this is the dumbest ticket of all. I'm crossing Ventura Boulevard. Cop stops me, and they have no sense of humor. The cop says, you know, you crossed in the middle of the block, and I got to give you a citation. You know, I mean, it's the dumbest thing of all. I said, well, let me have this straight. Is this going to go on my record, or can I go to walking school and have this taken off? What's the deal? If I get 3 of these, do you take my shoes? What's the deal on this thing? Now. All right, so I'm driving her home. I get her home. I'm on the couch, I'm really getting into it, and she comes into the room. Because I'm warming up, you know, and so now we start, we're on the couch, we're necking on the couch. I'm telling her I'm getting to do comic relief. I'm trying anything to impress this chick, and I put on We Are the World, figuring this would put her in the giving mood, you know, and all she's getting is hungry, which does me no good whatsoever. And my dog's watching, which puts a lot of pressure on you there, So now we're getting ready to have sex, and it's very awkward being a single guy with all the diseases around. You know what that is. It's to the point now I won't go to bed with a woman unless she says, all right, I'll go to bed with you. And that's pretty much where I draw the line. So all right, we get into bed because I said there's a gift under the pillow. I'd try anything. And we're spawning, and I call it spawning because, you know, there's a lot of flopping around and gasping for air, and somebody from Greenpeace was trying to stop me there, and it went great. I'm great in bed. I don't never fall out. I have guardrails. I have a hospital bed. You know, I have a mirror over my bed, and on it it says, objects are larger than they appear. Anyway, I gotta go. Enjoy everybody else. Thanks so much. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dick Van Dyke.
Thank you. You know, one of the most famous setup lines in all of comedy is, a funny thing happened to me on the way to wherever. And after the comedian sets up that image, he'd proceed to tell you something outlandish or outrageous that happened to him on the way to wherever he was going. The setup was just there to get your attention. The description of what happened is just there to set up the punchline. The punchline is there to make you laugh. It's been used so often that people are now primed to laugh when they hear that setup. But sometimes it's no laughing matter. For example, a funny thing happened to me on the way to the theater. I happened to go by Skid Row. I don't mean the place where the downtrodden hang out in Beverly Hills. That's Skid Drive. No, I mean Skid Row, the real thing. Guess what I saw?
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Henny Youngman.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here, folks. I had the thing happen to me at the airport. I had 3 pieces of luggage. I said, I want this piece of luggage to go to Cleveland, I want this piece to go to Toronto, and I want this piece of luggage to go to Miami. He says, we can't do that as you did it last week. The food on the plane was fit for a king. Here, king, here, king. Any Italians here tonight? I love the Italian people. During World War II, an Italian girl saved my life. She hid me in her cellar. It was in Cleveland. A lot of poor people around. A fellow walks up to me and says, I haven't eaten in 2 days. I said, you should force yourself. A lot of new people in business. Look at that Whoopi Goldberg. I know her cousin, Whoopi Cushing. And that Robin Williams, I've been watching his growth. He ought to get rid of it. Billy Crystal's an adorable guy, isn't he? He reminds me of my son. I have a son, Gary. He's just made a picture here called Doorman. I know him personally, and we were talking about a picture for me. They want to do the Youngman story, you know. Incidentally, my grandson's with me tonight. And my grandson he complains about headaches. I've told him 100 times, when you jump out of bed, it's feet first. He complains about headaches. I've told him 100 times, when you jump... My grandson, I said, what are you doing now? He said, I'm a mom back. Stands behind the truck. He said, Mom back. My wife was supposed to be here. She's giving spelling lessons to Mrs. Marcos. My wife hangs out at, what's that big store in New York, that big store? Bloomingdale's, yeah. I visit her twice a week. I bring her mail over there. My wife's complexion's so bad, she takes her make-off with oven off. They want to do the story of my life in a movie. I don't know who they're going to get to play my part, but they're warming up Meryl Streep with a fiddle. Incidentally, Milton Berle was supposed to be here, just had an operation, a charisma bypass. And I love that Rodeo Drive. I passed the store the other day, advertised fur coats 60% off, so I bought one. And sure enough, 60% of the fur was off. Forget it. Listen. I feel good. I'm so happy to be here. Incidentally, they're supposed to make a picture. We're trying to find material to find a picture. I've had a couple of scenes submitted. I want to see if you like them. Now, in the first scene, we see a barber shop in a little town. A man walks up to the barber. He says, how many ahead of me? The man said 5, and the man walks out. All week he longs says, how many ahead of me? 5, he walks out. At the end of the week, the barber says to the shoeshine boy, follow that guy, see where he goes. Because back he says, goes to your house. Now in the next, I don't get it. Now in the next scene, we see a guy has a headache, and he complains to his friend, I got these awful headaches. His friend said, why don't you do what I do? When I get a headache, I put my head on my wife's bosom for a half hour, and the headache goes away. He calls him the next day, how do you make out? I did what you told me. You know you got a nice apartment? Two guys walking along, two dumb guys. One said, look at a dead bird. He said, where? In Israel, a fellow drives up to the cop. He says, can I park here? He says, no. How about these other cars? They didn't ask. Two little Jewish ladies in the Bronx. One said, do you see what's going on in Poland? The other one said, I live in the back. I don't see anything. Two guys in the gym, one's putting a girdle on. His friend said, since when do you wear a girdle? Since my wife found it in the glove compartment of my car. We're going down memory lane tonight, folks. I'm so glad to be here, really. There were two guys meet once. Said, you look so bad. What's the matter with you? Said, I lost 3 wives in the last 3 months. What happened? My first wife died from eating poison mushrooms. What happened to your second wife? She died from eating poison mushrooms. What happened to your third wife? Fractured skull. How come? She wouldn't eat the... I love this crowd. Now, in the last scene, I'm sitting at a bar having a drink. I'm having a drink. Over here's a man having a drink. He falls down 3 times. I pick him up each time. Bartender, you know where this man lives? I'll give him a lift home. He tells me where he lives. Grab the guy, pull him down to the car, open the back door, put him in, he falls down. I get to the address they gave me. I pull the man out of the car. He falls down 3 more times. I pick him up each time. I knock on the door. Mrs. Welser, I brought your husband home. She says, where's his wheelchair? I love this crowd.
Who's an older man, maybe in the 50s? I'm 39. This guy's just trying to get his picture in the papers.
Come on, Bud. Beat it before I run you.
But, officer...
Beat it, I said.
Well...
Hello? Probably... Thank you. Well, on second thought. No, I'm just kidding. Probably Jack Benny's most famous line came the time he was being held up, and the robber said, your money or your life.
Mr. Benny said...
I'm thinking.
Tonight, their lives at stake here, too, but you don't have time to really have to take time to think. This is the time to act, so we've got to get those phones ringing with pledges. Isn't that right, Billy?
Right you was, Robin. You know, many years ago, I invented the toll-free number. One thing, it was at the Friars Club on a lark. It is 1-800-528-1000.
For those of you in Malibu, 1-800-528-1000. And there's an operator standing by, waiting to answer your pledge, no matter how big or small, to Comic Relief. You know, I've always wondered about that, Bill. I've always wondered. Oh, dyslexia, please, help us now.
Oh.
I've always wondered.
People stoned at home going, the 90s are here! It's the 90s!
Oh, sort of. No, I was out too early.
That's all right, though. I mean, I wonder about that, dude, you know, because like that toll-free number, I mean, when you dial like 212, man, you get New York, and the operator goes, hey, what, are you crazy?
And if you dial 213 in L.A., you get, like, I don't know.
But when people call the 800 number, when I just gave, I mean, the 800 number, I mean, where is that? I mean, exactly where are you calling, man?
You are calling, Rob, toll-free South Dakota.
Where, Bill?
Located in the southeast corner of the northwest sector of South Dakota. And no one who lives there has any need for money.
Why, Bill?
Oh, Robin, everything is free in toll-free South Dakota.
Free?
Exactly. The gas is free. The automobiles are free. Even the beer is free.
No.
Yeah. And remember those operators that you just asked me about? The ones who take your toll-free calls?
Yes.
Well, Robin, they all live in the same community, and it's true.
No.
Yeah, they really are standing by 24 hours a day to take your call. Hey, there's one now.
Well, let's eavesdrop.
Shall we?
All right.
Comic Relief.
Yes, my name is Ken Tuckman.
Ken Tuckman.
And I'm from Wonton, New York.
From Wonton, New York.
And I'd like to donate $25 to Comic Relief.
Oh, $25. Thank you, Ken Tuckman from Wonton, New York.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
$25. Thanks, Ken.
It's as simple as that.
See, now do you understand?
Yeah, Bill. I really do. I feel lower than a snake's ass in a power dive. You know what I'm saying?
You are unbelievable.
Woo! So now you see why you should call that number once again, 1-800-528-1000.
An operator is standing by to take your pledge. Whoopi!
Yeah. Were you ever up for something? Oh, you guys just gonna ram this up my nose. where you thought you had a real good chance to get them. Only to be aced out by somebody else at the last minute. Now, I want to straighten, stop that for a second. I just want to straighten that out, just so you all know that I'm happy. Nobody lost Monday night, okay? Wait a minute. I like to think of it as being preempted. Okay, or postponed. So it's no problem. I don't mind saying this stuff. Of course, I know I lost. And I don't mind that you guys are using it at all. And I do know why they gave me this lead-in to say. But I have no experience in that area, which we know is a pile. 3 people who have are about to dramatize, I don't know what this is, dramatize what it's like in the names of Martin Short, Harold Ramis, and Catherine O'Hara.
Hello. Hi. I'm Mo Green, Personnel Manager.
I'm Barbara Leary.
Thank you for waiting, Barbara.
That's fine.
I have one other applicant for this job. I'd like to interview you at the same time, if you don't mind.
No, that'll be fine.
Good, good. You know, I couldn't help noticing you're a very attractive woman.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Green.
Perhaps if you're not busy later, you and I could have a drink or something.
Oh, I'd love to, but I've made other plans.
Some other time, then. Yes?
The other applicant is here.
Please send him in.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to see you. Very nice to see you.
Barbara Leary? Yes, my name's Ed Grimley. It's very pleasant meeting you, must say.
Why don't you take a seat, Ed?
All right, please. Oh, gee. That was sad.
Well,
I assumed that was closer, and yet it wasn't.
Oh, that'll happen, Ed. Now, as you know, the job you're applying for requires advanced accounting skills, perhaps even some actuarial experience. Starting pay is $35,000 a year, plus fringe benefits and profit sharing. Now, Barbara, maybe you'd like to begin.
All right.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about your educational background?
Well, I have my bachelor degree in mathematics from Columbia University, and I have my master's in business administration from Stanford.
Oh, Columbia and Stanford, very impressive.
Thank you.
Ed, how about your education?
I have completed a portion successfully of my high school education, I must say.
Yes?
I had planned to go further, but unfortunately I was felled by mononucleosis for about 2 or 3 years.
Oh, that can be rough, Ed.
Oh, it was sad, but I have rallied now, and that is good news, so I'm planning to take some nice school correspondence courses.
Maybe an accounting course.
That would be a good one.
That would be good. Barbara, maybe you could tell me a little bit about your work experience now.
Oh, certainly. Well, during graduate school, I worked for 2 years as a management intern with the Bank of America. And then I spent a year with the federal government as an assistant auditor with their general accounting offices. And for the last 2 years, I've been cost analyst with the San Diego firm of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
Very impressive. That is impressive, isn't it? Now, Ed, how about your work experience?
Well, for the past several years, I've been employed by the Union Oil Company.
Really? In what capacity, Ed?
I work at Al 76 at the corner of Quang and Melrose, you know. It's a very nice gas station with a car wash on the side.
Oh. Any management or accounting experience?
Oh, you better believe that. Because, like, Al is the funniest guy, very nice, roundish, and he goes, like, completely mental over fishing, you know? He does that. It's like a joke how he gets. So every year, Al wants to go fishing. Okay, fine. He'll go for about 4 weeks. One time he went for a month. Al's like that. It's funny.
That is a long time, Ed.
Oh, you better believe that. No question. So, okay, but like when Al's away, who's going to take care of the station but me?
Right.
Okay, fine. But like the day goes on and that happens, but then it's like at the end of the day, and I have to take all the cash and like put it in a bag, you know? It's like a bag with a zipper, I must say. And then I have to take the bag to the bank where I put it in kind of a slot, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard to explain really, other than it's like kind of a slot, you know?
Kind of a night deposit slot.
It's like a slot, you know?
So, so when Al's away fishing, basically you're in charge of handling the night receipts, is that?
When Al is fishing, I often find, what was the question?
When Al's away, you're in charge of the gas station.
All right.
Well, now I have to tell you both. I have to tell you, I've interviewed hundreds of people for this job. You two are far and away the finest and best qualified people I've seen.
Oh, that's wonderful.
In fact, your credentials are so equal in a way, I don't know who to choose. I don't know how to decide even.
Well, how about an arm wrestle?
Good idea.
Well, that's good.
1, 2, 3, go.
No, that's not fair.
Well, 2 out of 3.
That's
then,
true.
I think.
Okay.
Fine.
I won! Give me a break, that's too exciting. My heart is beating like a little distant jungle drum, you know.
Congratulations, Ed!
Excuse me, Mr. Green, please tell me you're not serious.
Whoa.
You can't seriously be hiring this fluke of nature over me. No offense.
No, it's fine. I get that quite a bit.
This is some classic kind of case of discrimination, but it couldn't possibly be male chauvinism. There aren't any men in this room. Well, I'm not going to cry. I'm not. I'm going to go directly to the Board of Labor and I'm going to report both of you. I'm not going to cry. You, Mr. Green, can take your job and put it somewhere painful. And you, Mr. Grimley, you're in my prayers.
Oh, yeah? Well, it's going to take more than a good body and a sexy attitude to get a job around here, lady. Jeez. What got into her? Did you hear that?
Yes, I did. I have no idea. Well, maybe she's getting her period. It's difficult to...
Could be, Ed.
It's difficult to always know.
Let me buy you a drink, huh?
Oh, that would be very pleasant. Let's
Come
go.
on.
Live at Comic Relief from Not Necessarily the News. First, we have a bulletin. First Lady Nancy Reagan finally took the gloves off and came out swinging at her daughter, Patty, today, calling her, and quote, a two-timing little tramp who should have her mouth washed out with peroxide. She added that in some countries they chop the hands off of people who tell lies about their parents, and that she should be grateful that she's in the United States and not some barbaric corner of the world where she would probably be eaten by cannibals, end quote. In the meantime, Patty is under house arrest, and we'll have more bulletins as soon as something from, I don't know, out of the blue happens that we weren't expecting. I'm Lucy Webb. Now here's Michael Davis. No relation.
Hello, I'm Michael Davis. Thank you. It's a beautiful theater, isn't it? Used to be a low-income housing project here. But I think what tonight is about is awareness. The fact that strange things can happen in life that neither you nor I understand. The unpredictable. the weird, the strange. Pay no attention to that hand behind that curtain. Yes, there are a lot of ways to make a living in the world. Some are unusual. That is unusual. Don't try this. If you were to swallow this ball, it would hurt. Twice. Allow me to explain the rest of the trick. What I've learned to do is to spit a ball high into the air and catch it with my mouth. Now you may wonder, why will a man learn to spit that ball high into the air to catch it with his mouth? I don't know. But why would anyone want to watch? The even more unusual.
Ladies and gentlemen, Richard Dreyfuss.
Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, sister. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, being an actor is one of the world's great privileges. Where's the dog? I'll talk about the dog in a minute, thank you. The dog is dead. One of the nicest things about being an actor is that he gets to live out a great many fantasies. He gets to make love to beautiful and exotic women who wouldn't normally give him the time of day in real life. He gets to chase giant killer sharks. And he gets to make love to beautiful and exotic women who wouldn't normally give him the time of day in real life. But contrary to the opinion of most of the directors that I've worked for, actors are human beings also. And as an actor and a human being, I get to react to things that bother me. I get to react to things that affect me. Things that affect the way I feel. Now, all of you folks watching this show here will get in your cars and go home. And all of you people watching the show in your living rooms will go to bed in your own home. The point is, as you drive home, or as you paint your home, or repair your home, or complain about your home, it is important to remember that you have such a blessing as a home. Many people don't. Now, you don't have to act like you care. You just have to care enough to act.
Thank you. I just wanted to tell you that the phones are like going like nuts. So if you're having trouble calling, stay on the phone. Keep trying to call, okay? Keep calling. The turnout for this event from the comedy community is really astounding, as you've already seen, and there's like so much to come through it. Now, everybody wanted to come and do what we do best, including our next guest. As Madeline Kahn, we know what she does best. But there's a big but here, but as Lily von Stupp, what she does best, it's even too rough for Cave. And like, you all remember Lily von Stupp, obviously the famous German chanteuse who got stranded out west with her act. You do? All right, if you don't, this should refresh your memory. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Lily von Stupp.
Here I stand, the goddess of desire, set men on fire. I have this power. Morning, noon, and night, it's drink and dancing, some quick romancing, and then a shower. Stage star Johnny's constantly surround me. They always hound me with one request. Who could satisfy their lustful habits? I'm not a rabbit. I need some rest. I'm tired, sick and tired of love. I've had my fill of love from below and above. Tired of being admired, tired of love uninspired. Let's face it, I'm tired. I've been with thousands of men, again and again. They promise the moon. They're always coming and going and going and coming, and always too soon. Because I'm tired, tired of playing the game. Ain't it a doggone shame? I'm so tired. God damn it, I'm exhausted. Hello, cowboy. What's your name?
Tex, ma'am.
Oh, Tex, ma'am. Tell me, Tex, ma'am, are you in show business?
No.
Well, then why don't you get your friggin' feet off the stage? Hello, handsome. Is that a 10-gallon hat, or are you just enjoying the show?
Honey, give it to me, honey. Where is it? Give it to me, baby. Come on, baby. Give me where I want it. Give me where I want it.
I'm tired. Tired of playing the game. Ain't it a crying shame? I'm so tired.
She's tired.
She's tired.
Sick and tired of love.
Give her a break.
She's had her fill of love.
She's not a snake.
From below and above.
Can't you see she's sick?
Tired.
She's pushed.
Tired of being admired.
Let her alone.
Tired of love uninspired.
Get off the phone.
She...
Your Not only am I weary, but everything below the waist is kaput.
Hi, this is Bob, Comic Relief Hope. You know, I'm sorry I can't be with you there in person, but when I looked at my schedule, I found I had nothing to do tonight, and I was too embarrassed to leave the house. Just think, they've got just about every comedian in the country there tonight. They would have had more, but unfortunately, Congress is in session. Seriously, though, I think it's a wonderful thing when 50 comedians can all come together in one place to help the homeless. I'm sure Ferdinand and Imelda will really appreciate it, not to mention Baby Doc. Now, they found an interesting way to lick the homeless problem in the Soviet Union. If you complain you have no place to live, they hand you an ice pick and send you to Siberia to dig an igloo. I know homelessness is no laughing matter, but if these wonderful comedians can raise money for this worthy cause by letting us laugh at ourselves, then the homeless will have the last laugh. And hey, in between laughs, or heaven forbid, on a joke that isn't funny, go to the phone and dial the number you see on the screen and call in your pledge to help someone that is less fortunate than you are, someone who needs your help. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Keaton.
Thank you.
Okay, that's enough of a pump for me. Thanks a lot. You know, I'm standing back there and I hear my name announced, and this is probably the largest live crowd I've ever been in front of which I've been announced. Thanks a lot. Not to mention, you know, the viewing, the people on TV, and it's a little overwhelming. And you hear your name, you know, Michael, and actually, to tell you the truth, fortunately, I'm pleased with my name. You know, I am. Michael's an okay name, never got me into trouble, because, man, you can, you know, if you got the wrong name, it can kind of mess your life up, you know. It can really turn things around. I mean, you know, when you think about it, the entire history of the world would have been different probably if, like, Hitler's first name would have been Biff. You know? You can't bomb a guy named Biff, you know? Heil Biff. There's jam coming over here. A lot of people in cars, right? Jamming. This is the sign for traffic, I guess. Come on, what is it? Traffic. Come on, give it to me. What is it? Come on, there you go, traffic. And there were people, you know, you get a lot of frustrated folks out there. A lot of guys, you know, in their car doing one of the... You ever notice when people pull in front of you? Or if you pull in front of another guy, if you look in your mirror, what you usually see is the guy doing... Seems to be the general, universal theme for frustration. Or, on the other hand, if somebody lets you into traffic, you seem to want to go out of your way to, you know, show how grateful you are. You know, and you always talk loud in your car like they can hear you. You know? Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. But, you know, the communication level can only go so far from one car to another. You know, you can't really get involved in a car. Thank you very much. It's very... Or when somebody's leaving a parking space, are you leaving? Are you leaving? You are? Oh, can I go in there? Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's very... Are you by nature a giving kind of person? Or is it something you've acquired? Are you from around here? Yeah. I just got a car, another car. I hate my horn. I got this little horn, you know, this little wimpy horn. You know, gee, I didn't even know I had it, you know. I just get in a car, had an occasion to use it, go, oh, fuck it. Oh, it's my horn. I got this little horn, you know? Because truthfully, I wish I had a horn, you know? I mean, like a horn. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a horn, like a truck horn. You know, the truck horn says, I'm not asking you, man. I'm telling you. Get out of my spot. You know what I'm saying? A horn that had a face. If a horn, you know, I got this little horn. My horn is essentially saying, pardon me, I think that was my spot. I think it was your, you can't take that. If my horn had a face, it would be like, you know, 14-year-old girl. God. It's interesting to watch people's faces. You know, they tell a lot. I like to watch little kids' faces, you know, because generally, by and large, children are pretty cooled out up here in the facial structure area. You know, it's kind of... Because they don't have a lot of things in their head making them confused yet, you know, it's very... Occasionally I slip into that real dumb face, you know, that kind of... But kids have that nice, relaxed thing. You don't see too many, the average 3 or 4-year-old kid, you don't see a lot of, like, knitted brows, you know, like, oh, shit, I was supposed to be at the playground at 3 o'clock. I don't believe this. Tommy, look, about this playground thing, man, I'm up to my ass here. I can't get out of it. Let me get back to you on that, all right? You've been great. Thanks a lot.
You have something, we have to share this. You have something with your eyes that's just bizarre.
I've been sick.
You have one blue eye and one green eye.
I've been ill, I told you.
You look like a Weimaraner here. What are you doing?
I'm trying to close the gap between black and white. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a comic genius, isn't it wonderful? A brilliant second banana. And they got together and made television history.
Now, since then, the second banana went on to become one of the most successful writer-directors in the bunch, and the comic genius went on to remain a comic genius. Ladies and gentlemen...
Go ahead, Billy. This means a lot to you. I know it does.
These are the people I really wanted to introduce more than anybody. This is the reason I became a comedian. Ladies and gentlemen, Carl Reiner and Sid Caesar.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
We are privileged to have with us tonight a man who is reported to be the world's total authority. He has authored many scientific books, among them books on jet propulsion, space, mountain climbing, quantum mechanics, high-energy physics, and he's reported to be one of the world's greatest automatic transmission specialists. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Ludwig von Know-It-All. Professor, I can't tell you, Professor, what a great pleasure it is for me to be here with you tonight.
You know what an honor it is for me to be here amongst the exhilarating people and what's beautiful performers. I mean, it's an honor to be here. They're going to have food here later, right?
Oh, I imagine there might be some.
Because I would like a nice pickle.
Well, they'll have something backstage, Professor.
Okay, as long as we can.
Professor, you've written one of your books, which I admired, is about jet propulsion.
Yeah.
You state very simply how it works. Would you explain to us a little about jet propulsion?
Well, jet propulsion is a very simple system. See, all it is a container. That's all it is. It's a container, and in the container, you just put a little pressure. Understand? Go, understand? Mm-hmm. You know, it makes the pressure thrust it forwards, backwards. You understand?
No, I don't.
But then you have to have what you call a resistor in there. The resistor goes. You understand?
Oh, I see.
You have
I see. That gives it.
That gives it the thrust.
Right.
But then you have to have a little motor to drive the resistor. You understand? So it goes. Then you have to have an escape valve in case you get build up too much pressure.
Right.
So that goes. Understand?
Yes.
So jet propulsion goes like.
That is jet propulsion.
No, I just do that at parties, but get that out. That's what.
Sir, your book on astronomy, the new one that just came out, entitled Nova, Supernova, and Belly Locks, is a very fascinating book. I've been reading it. I've always been confused about interstellar gravitational relationships. I know there is a gaseous vapor between the ionosphere and the stratosphere that seems to be suspended there, even though there's no apparent terrestrial pull from any of the 9 orbits. Is this due to self-contained terrestrial relationship, or is it because of ionoscopic gaseous pressure that builds up from the troposphere?
You think this finger's infected over here? A little blue over
Well, it's a little red. It's a little red.
I think a little iodine.
A little mercurochrome
There's a
iodine.
nurse backstage, right?
I think there's a nurse
Well,
backstage.
before I go there, nurse, we'll get a little food, and then we'll get it done.
All right, that's fine. Yes.
Yeah, done with you. All right, next question.
You don't care to answer that question?
No.
Oh, I see. So, you've also written a book about mountain climbing, which I found fascinating.
You have my chapter on falling.
No, I haven't read the chapter.
Oh,
I'm reading
you
now.
want to climb a mountain, you got to know how to fall.
Yes, well, I'm reading the chapter now about safety, and would you do, here's just a hypothetical question.
Sure, go ahead.
Suppose you were up 22,000 feet.
Yeah.
You're on a sheer cliff,
Yeah.
and your safety rope breaks.
Yeah.
What can you do to save yourself?
Well, there's a lot you can do, but you haven't got much time.
I see.
Let's see. Now, you're 22,000 feet up on the sheer side of a cliff.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, your safety rope snaps. Immediately. And boy, I mean immediately.
Yes.
Immediately you see that rope snap, immediately you fill your lungs with air. And you start to scream. And you keep screaming all the way down.
Well, what good is screaming?
So they'll know where to find you.
I see. Well, is there no alternative safety
you
method?
have an alternative. Again, you have about 2 seconds. Immediately you see the rope, you see the rope, you're 22,000 feet up, you see the rope start to snap. Immediately, I mean, don't hang around, you know what I mean? Just sit out there. Immediately you see the rope snap, immediately you spread your arms.
Yes.
And you start to fly as hard as you can.
Sir, man does not know how to fly. He cannot fly.
How do you know? You may be the first one, boy.
Yes, that's true.
You got nothing to lose. You can always go back to screaming. That's always working for you.
What? That's true. Sir, what method do you prefer?
I'm a flying screamer. I fly, I scream, I don't want to flop.
Sir, have you ever actually fallen?
I took a flop from Mount Slippery.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. 19,444 feet.
Were you hurt?
It was a miracle. See the little tip of my finger here?
Yes.
That's all that's left of the original me. All the rest is new.
Oh.
I used to be a short redhead.
That's an amazing job.
Oh, I had done a plastic surgeon. I'll recommend him to you.
Sir, you know, when I see pictures of mountain climbers, they seem to be walking like in slow motion. When they're on top of a mountain, they're walking very slowly.
Yeah. But you see, that's the higher you go, the thinner the oxygen, you understand?
Yes.
So when you get thin oxygen, you can't get it in your lungs fast enough, you understand? Have you ever been up in
Well, I have agoraphobia, so I'd like to feel the sensation, but I never could get
I
up
can give you the sensation.
Really?
Oh, surely. Over here.
Yes.
See, I'll show you this way. Now, I give you a little, like this one, this here. See, this feels like, that's about 5,000 feet.
Yes.
Can you feel that?
Yes, it makes you feel like you're walking slower than you would like.
Right.
Yes.
You want to go up to about 8,000 feet?
I'd like to feel that sensation.
There you go.
Oh, yes,
That's
yes.
about 8,000.
I see.
Would you like to go up to about 20,000 feet now?
It might be exhilarating.
There you go, up to 20,000 feet.
Oh, yes.
Is that all right? Can you walk?
Yes.
You want to take me to La Brea and the top? Okay. Because I told you that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Penny Marshall.
Hello. They picked me tonight to speak to you representing single women. Please don't applaud for being unloved, yeah. When you talk about single women, the picture that comes quickly to mind is a lively bar crowded with young, animated people hoping to find a partner, if not for life, at least for the night. Though it may be a scene of quiet desperation, it is nowhere near the sense of real desperation faced by thousands of single, homeless women who live in the streets. Their fear has nothing to do with finding a date for the night. It has to do with living through an evening without being molested, robbed, or severely beaten. If you're stuck with a loser in a singles bar, you can always excuse yourself and go home alone. But if you're stuck with a life-threatening situation when you live on the streets, there's no place to go because you are home. We don't like to think of the less fortunate, but we can't turn our backs on them because they are a real part of our society, and that is crying out for help.
All of us have seen the bag ladies walking our streets. For years, they've represented the homeless women in America. But times are changing. More and more younger women, through no fault of their own, are joining the ranks of the homeless. The single parent, the abused wife, the unemployed. For them, that means entering a world full of danger. You see, life on the streets is tougher for women than men. Virtually every woman on Skid Row from age 17 to 70 has been raped. And every woman there knows it will happen again.
You have to worry about someone raping you, beating you up, hurting your children. You usually don't sleep. You usually stay awake all night because you can't sleep, because you're petrified. You're gonna, what's gonna happen the next minute.
Women on the streets, alone, afraid, and suffering. But you can help reach out to them. You can help get them off the streets. Through Comic Relief, you can give these women medical care, counseling, the help they need to begin rebuilding their lives. Comic Relief, it's no joke. Please, call now.
How's it going? Okay, great. Now, I selected somebody before the show. Who is it right here? Okay, would you come right up on stage?
Audience participation time!
Come on right up here. Come on. What is your name?
Linda Horton.
Linda Horton. Come on up here. Come right. Okay, Linda. How have you been feeling lately?
Fine.
Fine, great. Been not perfect though, right? No. You're in luck today, Linda, because right now it's time for a visit with Dr. Pee-wee. Okay, Linda, I have to just spread a little paper towels right here. And if you just sit down right here, okay, great. All right. Here's my doctor's kit. I have to put on my mirror doctor's hat right now, Linda. Oh! Oh, no! Okay. Great. All right. I'm going to take your temperature first, Linda. Have to just sterilize this for a minute. Okay. Okay, to just put that under your tongue for a minute. Great. Okay. Oh, no, I gave you the dog thermometer. Oh, no. Just kidding. I was just kidding. Okay? All right. Linda, if you'll just open your mouth real wide, I'm going to just check your dental work really quickly there. Okay, uh-huh. A little wider. Oh, you got a big chunk of celery caught back in there. Remember when you had that celery about a month ago, Linda? When we're all finished, I'm going to send you home with a sample of something new out on the market called toothpaste, okay? Okay, great. Okay, Gonna take a little bit of blood. This won't hurt a bit. Okay. Here we go. La 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 la. Mm-hmm. Gonna put it back in now. Mm-hmm. Good, good. Tracks! Okay. All right. Okay. Tweezers right here. Just get. Oh! 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 Okay. I want to take a quick X-ray right now, Linda. Yeah. She has a beautiful pancreas. Okay. Now, just a couple more things. I have to listen to your breaths real quickly. Just take a deep breath in and out. Ah, good. Okay, deep breath in and out. Ah, good. They both sound great. Okay. Good. All right. Now, we're just about finished, Linda. Just one more thing right here. Okay, good. All right. Now, this is the funnest part about going to the doctor, Linda. It's taking pills right here.
So, 3 enough? Is 6 too many?
Okay.
I'll take some too. Gotta get up, gotta...
Okay. Well, I can give you a really clean bill of health. I'd like to thank you for helping me up here on the stage. How about a little kiss? Give her some applause and a little bit for me. Thank you. Thank you.
Someone call me Snorra. Hooray, hooray, hooray. I play anything. Poker,
Oh,
pinochle,
Signore Benny, I want to speak to you about the music.
Yeah, how do you do?
What's the matter with you? I thought it would be nice if... Go away from me. What is this?
No, I just...
Oh, my dear, I don't know what... Hello, Professor. Good heavens, what's the matter with his feet?
Ladies and gentlemen, Minnie Pearl.
I'm just so proud to be here. Well, this is a real pleasure. I'm a little bit excited. I haven't been so excited since Grandpappy Bustrum got his beard caught in the young'un's electric train. Them mean little young'uns wouldn't turn off the train because they liked the way his nose kept picking up the mail bag as it went by. I'm in love with Pee-wee. I'm in love. I'm in love. He paid me a compliment. He said I look like a breath of spring. Well, he didn't use them words. He said I look like the end of a hard winter. No, this is so exciting. All these handsome fellers. And I can just look. It don't do no good, but I still look. It's like going down to the depot and watching the trains go by. You love to hear the whistle even if you ain't going nowhere. Well, so though I wanted to bring my brother. I may have told you about my brother. He is the kind of a feller, if you see him pushing a wheelbarrow, he'll have it upside down. You say, turn it over. He say, they'll put something in it. He's a smart boy. I heard a noise down at the barn the other day, and I went down there. And he bought a new mule, and he's trying to get the mule in the barn door. And he couldn't get the mule in the barn door because the mule's ears was too long. So Brother had a saw and was sawing off the top of the barn door to get the mule in. I said, well, it's a dirt floor. Why don't you just dig a trench and take the mule in that way? And Brother said, it ain't his legs that's too long, it's his ears. He's smart, see? Oh, he's such a wonderful feller. And I've got an uncle I'm awful proud of, too. Uncle, now I'm going to tell you about him. He ain't a failure. He just started at the bottom, and he likes it there. He's just wonderful. He's got excellent aims, but no ammunition. You know, He's got a bad habit of dipping into the corn squeezings. Says he takes a little nip every once in a while, kind of steady his nerves. He gets pretty steady. Sometimes he don't move at all. The other night, Aunt Ambrosie noticed he's going to be out late. And so she got her one of them Halloween false faces. She didn't really need it, all our family favors. She got that and put that on, put a sheet all up over her head and hid over there by the bushes where she knowed he's coming by. Sure enough, long about midnight, he come a-weaving in there and come up by that bush, and she jumped out and said, "Boo! I'm the devil." Uncle Nabob said, "Shake hands with your kinfolks or marry your sister." He says all their trouble started when they got married. He said getting married's a lot like getting in a tub of hot water. After you get used to it, it ain't so hot. But Aunt Ambrosie and Uncle Nabob and Steve Jones and his wife took a little vacation here a while back, and the first night out they stopped at a motel. And Uncle Nabob said to the rest of them, he said, "Let's swap partners like the young folks do." And everybody said, "Let's do." That night about midnight, Uncle Nabob said to Steve Jones, "How do you reckon the girls are doing?" Nothing bad ever happens at Grinder's Switch, I'll tell you. But I tell you, I have a joke panel every Friday night on the Nashville Now, on the network down home in Nashville, Tennessee. That's where I'm from, actually, is Nashville. It's right out of Music City, USA. And the folks send in jokes, and the other day they sent in one that I just love. It seems that an old couple got married in Louisville, and the first thing she wanted to do was come to the Grand Ole Opry. So they started south to Nashville. And just outside of Nashville, he was feeling very romantic, and he laid his hand over on the old lady's knee. And she said, "Honey, we're married now. You can go further than that." So he drove her on to Chattanooga. Oh, I tell you, we have a good time down there. But last night, I had a funny experience. 3 of the girls that work on Hee Haw live out here, and they got me a date. And we made it up. We was going to tell one another how many times we got kissed last night, but how many times we said the word morning this morning, and nobody knew what we were talking about. So the first girl come in, and she said, "Good morning this morning." And the second girl come in and she said, "Good morning this morning, pretty morning this morning." And the third girl come in and she said, "Good morning this morning, pretty morning this morning, pretty morning in the morning. Tis this morning be a pretty morning in the morning, just made me sick." And then I come in. You know what I said? "Howdy!" And thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the president of Comic Relief, Bob Zamuda.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased to report that the phone banks are overflowing. So you're probably wondering where the money's going. Funds raised will be distributed by the Comic Relief Board of Directors to the National Health Care for the Homeless program. Now, this program is funded by the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation and the Pew Memorial Trust, and it's co-sponsored by the U.S. Conference of Mayors. Now, what we've done and what that all means is that we've hooked into an already existing program. So this makes it possible for us to distribute funds to these project sites within 3 to 6 months of this show, and that's something no one has ever been able to do before. You know, tonight is very, very special. The world of comedy has come together as never before. And tonight they are giving, yes, let's hear it for them. And tonight, they are giving their gift of laughter. So we're asking all you folks at home to pick up the phone and give what you can by dialing 1-800-528-1000, please. Thank you. And now, I'd like to introduce to you the mayor of Los Angeles, the Honorable... I forgot his... I'm serious. What? Tom Bradley.
Bob, thank you very much. I'm very pleased to represent my colleagues, the mayors of 18 of the largest cities in this country. We preside over those cities where the homeless problem is felt most deeply. We're pleased that we're able to join you tonight as we laugh so that the homeless can be cared for. We're grateful to the sponsors of this night, 20th night in the year, Comic Relief, HBO, and Pepsi. These three sponsors made all of this happen. But beyond that, there are thousands of others. There are thousands of unseen volunteers who joined in this effort. We're grateful to all of them. There are over 2 million homeless in this country. Over 40% of them are women and children. Over 40% of them have been homeless for less than a year. This is a new phenomenon. It is not the typical thing that we observe on the streets of Skid Row. These are not all derelicts. They're not winos. These are people who simply are down on their luck. They need your help. And so while you laugh tonight, we hope that you're going to remember to call that 800 number and call in your pledge. I'm pleased that on behalf of all of the mayors of this country, I'm able to join them by presenting this proclamation proclaiming this night as Comic Relief Night in the United States. And please present this to you, Bob.
Thank you, Mayor Bradley. He's been hanging out with Jack Valente, and the two of them are just laughs. They get started, they don't stop. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard the phones have been going. They're really going great. If you're trying to get through and you can't get through, please keep calling your donations. It's fantastic, and you know that we appreciate it.
Comic Relief.
Hello, I'm Judy Levy from Toronto, and I'd like to pledge $15.
Thank you, Judy Levy from Toronto.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
$15.
But we still need to hear from more of you.
Comic Relief. Hello? Comic Relief.
Hi, I'm Ricky Banks from Scottsdale, Arizona. I'd like to pledge $16 to Comic Relief.
Thank you, Ricky Banks from Scottsdale, Arizona. Bye-bye. Okay, 16. Comic Relief.
Jarvis Redwine, Omaha, Nebraska. I'd like to contribute 18.
Oh, excuse me. Jarvis, could you just hold on for a second, please? Okay.
Hurry it up, okay?
Okay, yes. Okay, okay. Comic Relief. No. Comic Relief. Comic Relief. No. Okay. Comic Relief. Hello? 10-4. Comic Relief. Hello? Comic Relief.
Hey, little lady. This is Art DiMartino.
Hi, Art.
And I'm proud. I am real proud to say that all of the guys who bowl in the Saturday Night Bowling League at the Cherrywood Lanes in Portland, Oregon,
Yes?
have chipped in and collected so far, I am talking $1,734.10 for Comic Relief.
$1,734?
Don't forget the 10 cents.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. DiMartino. Thank you.
Thank you, baby. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey! 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 Lady! Where'd you go? Lady! Have a lunch, you know.
Sorry, Jarvis.
Remember, our operators are standing by, and that is no joke. They really ought to take your calls and pledges. While you're calling, I'll introduce our next guest. And I've worked with him before, and he's a tremendously talented man. He's a great Joan Rivers, he's a wonderful Frank Sinatra, and he's a fine Andy Rooney, but Joe Piscopo is more than that. Joe is... He is the only person in the United States who knows Eddie Murphy and is not working for him. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Joe Piscopo.
Joey back in New Jersey. Happy Easter, buddy. I love you, man. I'm a big fan of rock and roll. I particularly like rock and roll drummers. Not so much for what they do on stage, but for what they do off stage and are still able to function on stage. So right now, me and Doc and the band would like to do our impression of every rock and roll drummer.
Walter Matthau.
Laugh, and the world laughs with you. Cry, and you cry alone. I just made that up. No, I'm only kidding. That's an old chestnut, and we accept the thought without even thinking about it. Well, it's wonderful to laugh and to know that you're sharing some joy with many other people. But why should you have to cry alone? In a world where compassion is in short supply, shouldn't we also cry together for the things that are wrong in the world? Shouldn't we cry out against the injustice and unnecessary pain in the world? And once we do that, isn't the next step to do something about them? That's what this night is all about. So laugh with us, enjoy the humor, the comedy, but when you hear the lone person crying, don't turn a deaf ear. Become involved. And maybe the next time someone says, laugh and the world laughs with you, that person you helped will be part of that world. On the streets of America today, the forgotten homeless are the teenagers. Most are runaways, toughened up by bitter family problems. They think they can handle the trauma of life on the streets. But it doesn't take long before they learn the meaning of being homeless.
It means no place to stay, no place to sleep, and it seems like just nobody cares.
If a teenager does want help, it's hard to find. In Los Angeles, for kids under 18, there are fewer than 50 beds in shelters, and there are 4,000 homeless teenagers in Hollywood alone.
You look at other people and you see the way they live and you say, damn, why can't I live that way? I want to live that way. But there's no other alternative. What can I do? Can't someone help me? And that's what it all boils down to, someone helping you.
What these young people need is a friend, someone to listen and to care. When you call Comic Relief, you can be that friend. Comic Relief, it's no joke. Call now.
Good evening, my name is Reverend Earnestly Sincere, and welcome to St. Frederick's of Hollywood.
Yeah! Thank you, I see you out there. Grab the TV and feel the power of comedy, you know what I mean.
Our next presenter is a very special man. I'd walk 15 miles in the snow to stand in his garbage, you know what I mean. From his show, Meeting of the Minds, to his late-night talk show, ladies and gentlemen, all I have to say is, schmuck, schmuck. Ladies and gentlemen, please bring him out, Mr. Steve Allen. Yeah!
Thank you very much. Are you going to go on laughing all night long? Yeah. Well, I'll put a stop to that. But I was going to do something else, but I was asked to do this next routine specifically by Billy and Whoopi and Dopey and Sneezy and Grumpy and all the little people in our business backstage. You know, really, this kind of production is the big trend now in fundraising. They get a large crowd of rock singers together, or they get 50 or 60 terrific country and western singers, or, as in the case tonight, a long list of comedians. And this has given me what I honestly think is a terrific idea for a fundraising show. What you do is you get together a bunch of really unpopular characters, like we've already mentioned them tonight, Ferdinand Marcos, Baby Doc DeValier, Lyndon LaRouche, and we call that show Night of 100 Schmucks. And there's one now. But anyway, what they, in all seriousness, did ask me to do is a thing called Letters to the Editor. For those of you too young to have seen it, I read what I assure you are actual letters. They're all taken from the New York Daily News, or now in recent years also the New York Post. because these are the two papers to which people write the angriest possible letters. But very often, even after the letters are written, you may be in a good mood at home when you read them, and you don't share the anger, and I don't think that's right. If you were angry about something, you'd want her to be just as angry as you were, right? Perfectly reasonable. So I'm going to read these letters now, just 2 or 3 of them, with the fury and the venom and the emotion that motivated their creation in the first place, and we'll bridge this communications gap. First, of course, I have to, front please. I have to get my traditional newspaperman's hat. There we are. Okay. This letter concerns the so-called, incidentally, again, these are real letters, but I do change the name of the sender to prevent a punch in the mouth. I forgot to explain it. All right. This letter concerns the so-called music on television. I and many of my friends believe that it does not belong on dramatic story programs. Yes. It's gotten so bad you can't even hear the doctors talking on the operating shows. Yes. Fortunately, also, I do not like comedy programs. Ooh. So I am spared the agony of listening to the monstrous laughing machine. Yes. If I want to laugh, I'm quite capable of doing it on my own, and I don't need a stupid machine to do it for me. Signed, Rip Taylor. All right, fine. The next one's from Brooklyn. It asks a very fair question. Whatever happened to the dog litter law that was supposed to impose fines on all offenders? On our block alone, there are no less than 10 dogs in the neighborhood being daily paraded up and down, oh yes, leaving their unsightly deposits on people's lawns. Needless to say, it is not a pretty sight. Oh, besides having to step gingerly around the mess. Many of my friends have dogs. I have nothing against them myself, but they should all be well trained. Signed, Lassie. Yeah. Just one more short letter and then we're through for the night. Garage sales spoil the look of our city. Yeah. Why do we allow people to dump their stuff all over our lawns and clutter our sidewalks with their unwanted junk? A quiet residential area becomes a nightmare. Children are playing and they're confronted by strangers. Yes, absolute strangers. And you look pretty strange yourself now that I think you. Parents feel uneasy and parking is impossible. One big junkyard is not a pleasant sight. I say we must restore dignity to American society. Signed, Hulk Hogan, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the... That's it.
The music record is called Mighty Mouse.
Mr. Trouble never hangs around when he hears this mighty sound. Here I come to save the day. That means that mighty mouse is on the way.
Hello, I'm Stuart Pankin, and this is a bulletin from Not Necessarily the News. Thank you very much. Jimmy Carter's back in the news. Oh, not Steve Allen, I'm sorry. Jimmy Carter is back in the news. Last week at Washington's Dulles Airport, he was mistaken for a wicker chair by a nearsighted baggage handler. And Jimmy was last seen gliding along the main conveyor belt at the Federal Express Distribution Center in Atlanta. Now, authorities are asking anyone who has recently purchased a wicker chair to check and see if it is not, in fact, the former president. I'm Stuart Pankin, and we'll have more bulletins, or we won't, depending if I damn well feel like it. And now, for your enjoyment, here's George Carlin.
Good
evening, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. Listen. All right. Thank you. Thanks very much. Please. Thank you. All right. Listen, I would have been out here a little bit sooner, but they gave me the wrong dressing room, and I couldn't find any place to put my stuff. And I don't know how you are, but I need a place to put my stuff. So that's what I've been doing back there, just trying to find a place for my stuff. You know how important that is. That's the whole meaning of life, isn't it? Trying to find a place for your stuff. That's all your house is. Your house is just a place for your stuff. If you didn't have so much goddamn stuff, you wouldn't need a house. You could just walk around all the time. That's all your house is. It's a pile of stuff with a cover on it. You see that when you take off in an airplane and you look down and you see everybody's got a little pile of stuff. Everybody's got their own pile of stuff. And when you leave your stuff, you gotta lock it up. Wouldn't want somebody to come by and take some of your stuff. They always take the good stuff. They don't bother with that crap you're saving. Ain't nobody interested in your 4th grade arithmetic papers. They're looking for the good stuff. That's all your house is. It's a place to keep your stuff while you go out and get more stuff. Now, sometimes you've got to move. You've got to get a bigger house. Why? Too much stuff. You've got to move all your stuff. And maybe put some of your stuff in storage. Now imagine that. There's a whole industry based on keeping an eye on your stuff. Enough about your stuff. Let's talk about other people's stuff. Did you ever notice when you go to somebody else's house, you never quite feel 100% at home? You know why? No room for your stuff. Somebody else's stuff is all over the place. And what awful stuff it is. Where did they get this stuff? And if you have to stay overnight at someone's house, you know, unexpectedly, and they give you a little room to sleep in that they don't use that often, someone died in it 11 years ago, and they haven't moved any of his stuff. Or wherever they give you to sleep, usually right near the bed, there's a dresser, and there's never any room on the dresser for your stuff. Someone else's shit is on the dresser. Have you noticed that their stuff is shit, and your shit is stuff? Get that off of there. Now, sometimes you go on vacation, you gotta bring some of your stuff with you. You can't bring all your stuff, just the stuff you really like. The stuff that fits you well that month. Let's say you're gonna go to Honolulu. You're gonna go all the way to Honolulu. You gotta take 2 big bags of stuff, plus your carry-on stuff, plus the stuff in your pockets. You get all the way to Honolulu and you get in your hotel room and you start to put away your stuff. That's the first thing you do in a hotel room is put away your stuff. I'll put some stuff in here, put some stuff down there. Here's another place for some stuff here. I'll put some stuff over there. You put your stuff over there. I'll put my stuff over here. Here's another place for some stuff. Hey, we got more places than we've got stuff. We're gonna have to buy more stuff. Now, and you put all your stuff away, and you know that you're thousands of miles from home, and you don't quite feel at ease, but you know that you must be okay because you do have some of your stuff with you. And you relax in Honolulu on that basis. That's when your friend from Maui calls and says, hey, why don't you come over to Maui for the weekend? Spend a couple of nights over here. Oh, shit, no. Now what stuff do you bring? Right, you've got to bring an even smaller version of your stuff. Just enough stuff for a weekend on Maui. And you get over, and you're really spread out now. You've got shit all over the world. You've got stuff at home, stuff in storage, stuff in Honolulu, stuff in Maui, stuff in your pockets. Supply lines are getting longer and harder to maintain. But you get over to your friend's house in Maui and they give you a little place to sleep in. There's a little window ledge or some kind of a small shelf, and there's not much room on it, but it's okay because you don't have much stuff now. And you put what stuff you do have up there. You put your imported French toenail clippers, your odor readers with the 45-day guarantee, your cinnamon-flavored dental floss, and your Afrin 12-hour decongestant nasal spray. And even though you're a long way from home, you know that you must be okay because you do have your Afrin 12-hour decongestant nasal spray. And you relax in Maui on that basis. That's when your friend says, hey, I think tonight we'll go over the other side of the island, stay at my friend's house overnight. Oh, shit, no. No! What do you bring?
Now you just bring the things you know you're gonna need. Money, keys, comb, wallet, lighter, hanky, pens, cigarettes, contraceptives, Vaseline, whips, chains, whistles, dildos, and a book. Thank you very much. Send some of your stuff. These people, they got no stuff. Send some of your stuff. Thank you very much. I'll see you another day.
No, Baryshnikov. No, I can't. I can't. No, I won't. No. Oh, my God, but... Hi, Warren. No, Warren, go away. Oh, my God. Look, okay, I'll go to Paradise with you. Better still, take me to Miami Beach.
Hi there. Hi. Mind if I sit down?
Oh, no. You're my guest.
Ah, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, isn't it? Oh, just excuse me.
Hey.
Great. You live around here?
Yeah.
Let me tell you a little secret.
We have the same tailor.
No. My career is helping people like you.
Your career? Well, if anybody can further your career, it would be me.
Except, you know, I'm on my lunch hour right now, but I'm covering this whole area. I'm taking a survey of the homeless. I mean, you practically live on this bench, don't you?
Well, yeah, except on the weekends I go to the Bahamas.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, darn it. That woman, breast of pheasant. Every day. It's... Anyway, when I started this job 4 years ago, you know what I was?
7.
No, I was optimistic. I had drive. I had ambition. I had get up and go.
But it got up and went.
Yeah.
Another joke.
It was
a tough bench here.
Yeah, funny. You know, I remember a woman I saw on a park bench just like this, and I just started my job, and I thought she was a good prospect, you know? I mean, she kept talking to people who weren't even listening.
And so now you're gonna follow in her footsteps, right? This is your new role model.
Anyway, she was like so thin, and she was so dirty. Anyway, it turned out she lived in a mansion. I mean, here I was trying to help her. I thought she was mentally ill. She was just eccentric.
Ah, well, hey, it's very hard to tell a kook by its cover. Look at you.
Anyway, I've learned a lot since those days. The truth is, this job is a lot simpler if you just stick to the facts.
Really?
Yeah, facts. Like, on any given night, 2,200 people in this city seek shelter.
No.
Mm-hmm. Shocking, isn't it?
Yes.
And 80% of the homeless in this city go to bed hungry. And that's not counting the ones that are dieting. It's a joke. Yep, the computer has got all the answers. When it comes to the homeless, it's the computer that's going to provide shelter and warmth.
I'm gonna run out and buy some IBM stock right now.
Well, it's getting kind of cold. Lunch hour's almost over. My name's Tom Martin. There's a number on the back there of a temporary shelter, just in case.
Is your phone number on here?
Yeah, you can get a hold of me.
There's a couple of ways I'd like to get a hold of you.
Have a nice day. Take care of yourself.
Hey, I got the name of a great tailor in case you change your mind.
I'll be in touch.
Bye, Tom.
Bye.
Hey, Gloria Vanderbilt, eat your heart out. I mean, I got the hottest sheets in town.
Princess sheep.
Good night, Tom. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. Warren. Oh, stop that. Oh, you, Warren, stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, Estelle Getty.
Children are the hope of the future. They're innocent and they're helpless, and when they're very young, but they're quick to learn and adapt and adjust to the ways of the world. They're like flowers. Treat them with love and care and attention, they blossom and grow. Treated with indifference and abuse, they wither and fade. Perhaps more than any other group, children love to laugh, and they make a great audience. But they also cry easily, feel pain, and suffer needlessly at times due to circumstances beyond their control. We must take care of them till they are able to take care of themselves. For some, the life they must face would destroy even the strongest adult. Yet, they still have a special gift with which they were born. It's the gift of hope. We must all help to preserve that and give them back the childhood that is their birthright. Thank you.
When you look at a child, what do you see? Hope? Promise? A simplicity that touches your heart?
Winter's cold, summer's hot.
But for some children, life isn't simple or beautiful. On Skid Row in L.A., you'll find 1,000 children under the age of 12.
Tired to cry. Dreams are all I have.
Together with their parents, they're trapped in a place that looks like hell. A place where everyone feels condemned. Most of these children don't go to school, they don't have any friends, and they don't feel at home in welfare hotels or temporary shelters.
You don't know how it is unless you've been here. There's people looking at you and you don't have your privacy. I'm not used to people watching me. I'm used to just being able to eat and not having someone stare at me while I eat. I know I'm not a grown-up, but it's kind of like I have to be one for a while until we get out of here. Then I can go back to being a kid.
What these children need are clean homes to grow up in, safe areas to play in. Comic relief. It's no joke. Call now.
Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the judge, Harry Anderson.
Here's one in an absolutely ordinary pot of magic-y, gaffy-looking flowers. It's a quick one. Don't blink. Ah! How'd they do it? How do they do it? I'll tell you how they do it. It's misdirection. People do not pay attention. That's how they do it. Let me prove this point. I need some help. The guy in the blue tie, give him a big hand. Get him up here. Come on, come on. Come on, it's live. Move it. Hiya, hiya, hiya. Hi. What's your name?
Hi, Turk.
Turk, really? Turk, huh? You and I have never met. Am I correct, Turk?
Well, actually...
No, come on, Turk. Let me put it this way. Would it be untrue if you denied that under no conditions we could have met?
I guess not.
That's my point. That is exactly my point, Turk. You remember a moment ago I said people do not pay attention, right?
I guess I wasn't listening.
Exactly. Turk, let me ask you this. Where do you keep your wallet?
Huh?
Where do you keep your wallet, Turk?
Right here.
Right there. You sure?
Yeah.
Show me your wallet, Turk. Come on, show me your wallet. It'll be fun. Try it at home. Huh? Oh, that's a nice one. Boy, that's a nice one. Jeez. Ooh, there's a picture inside. That's a great-looking dog.
That's my kid.
Really great ears, great ears. Turk, you say you carry your wallet back here. Now, I'm asking you to pay attention here. I'm asking you to pay attention. If I put your wallet here, if I put it right there, do you not know where your wallet is?
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's right here.
Right there, you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Sure it's not back there?
No, it's right here.
Go ahead and check. Gone, ain't it? Go ahead, check back there. Ha, 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 ha. Does this look familiar, Turk? Ha, 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 ha. Recognize the picture? Boy, he would make a hell of a dog, boy. I bet he fetches great, huh? Oh, don't be embarrassed, Turk. Do not be embarrassed, because this could happen to anybody, because as I say, people do not pay attention. They simply do not pay attention. For example, don't look at your watch. From simple memory now, does your watch have on its face Roman numerals or numbers?
Roman numerals.
Huh? You sure? Wrong, it has numbers, Turk.
That's not my watch.
Huh?
That's not my watch.
Hell, that's my watch. And it's got numbers. Jeez. They all got numbers. Boy, you could have fooled me. Oh! Boy, we sure weren't expecting that, were we, Turk? No, sir, but it only goes to prove my point. It only goes to prove my point. People do not pay attention. For example, I mentioned your tie earlier. I mentioned your tie. Now, don't look. But do you remember what color tie you wore tonight?
Brown.
No, it's blue, Turk. It's blue. Get a look at that. See, people do not pay attention. For example, the shirt. That's a beautiful shirt. That's styrofoam, isn't it? That's lovely. Turk, when you put that shirt on last week, did you notice the bottom of it? Was it cut straight or did it have tails?
I don't remember.
Huh? You don't remember? You don't remember? Then let's see, huh? Let's take a look. Now, come on, this will be fun. There you go, tails. There you go, tails. Well, you've been a great sport, Turk. You've been just a great sport. And I think you've learned a very valuable lesson. Let's give him a big hand, a big hand. And one last thing, Turk. Before you leave, didn't you forget your suspenders?
I don't wear suspenders.
You don't?
No.
Oh, what the? You've been great. Thank you, thank you. You see that? I killed him, huh? What is that, huh? Is it just me or is it drafty out here, huh?
Comic Relief is going rather well tonight. Our phones are ringing off the hook, and if you're having a hard time getting through, please don't give up because we need your help. Now, an incentive. If you call in with a $25 donation, this T-shirt, which is also a collector's item, as you see, it has everybody's name on it, everybody who's here and people who ain't here, this will come to you within 6 to 8 weeks. And it's very important to us to keep this alive and going on with you all, because what you're doing is helping yourselves, and it's not us, it's us. So, one of the things I'm supposed to be telling you is that one of the biggest letdowns of my years in show business was finding you couldn't give any hit. No, was finding out. I did it, and look what happened. God, Whoopi, keep it clean. Shit, you're supposed to be like elevated now. I will, Cleophas. I certainly will. It's finding out that a certain Las Vegas star needed to put on her show so much caca. She needed acting teachers and vocal coaches and at least 2 trays of ice cubes to keep her eyes in order to go on. So still, you know, she couldn't have done it, though, without the most important part of the show. You may cheer the final production, but what you, this is new, what you never get to see, shit, is the hour of rehearsal that goes into making this exercise in perfection. Let's eardrop on a rehearsal of Betty's Boys.
Oh, Roy, how have you been?
How are you?
Oh, God, I've missed you.
Serious.
Oh, God. Oh, well, I am glad to be here. Well, look, can you tell what religion I am? Oh. Look at you. What are these colors? Looks like an aquarium blew up.
I know.
Oh.
You think I look like a gay Clydesdale?
Easy, easy. How old are you?
How are you? I haven't seen you in so long.
Oh, my God. I've been on the road. I was doing Kismet with Lucille Ball.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, who played the Alfred Drake role?
She did.
No.
Oh, yeah. Tom Waits. Watch out.
Oh, you're so nasty.
Oh, it's incredible. I was in the road company of Deliverance. We had a thing like, squeal like you know me, squeal like you need me.
Oh, God. I know.
Oh.
I was doing stock myself. I was out on the road, little bus and truck.